Well, the rest of the government is supposed to be tightening its belt and not spending so much money. Trump is spending $1 billion to rehab and retrofit the airplane uh, 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 given to him uh, overseas. Meanwhile, I think, let me back up. I think that the Oval Office in the White House now looks like probably a glorified whorehouse somewhere with all the gold trim, and it's representative of somebody who doesn't have enough confidence that he's got the stature to control a room, so he's had to paint it gold. Now he is about to spend $200 million on building an extension of the White House to hold a ballroom. This is while people are being kicked off Medicare and Medicaid. U.S. aid has been shut down around the country, which will lead to people being killed. But he's willing to spend $200 million. So that's $1.2 billion that he's spending for his own graft and corruption, and making our historic places look like whorehouses, in my view. Meanwhile, the coming out of a Senate committee is what's called the Honest Act, which is to prohibit legislators, lawmakers, as well as the president and vice president engaging in stock transactions during their time in office. I think it's high time something like this came about. It was proposed by Republican Senator Hawley from I think he's from Missouri or Mississippi. I think he's from Missouri. In any event, no sooner had it come out of committee than Trump was complaining about it. He thought it was requiring him to sell Mar-a-Lago because that's probably what Laura Loomer told him, and he has no idea what's going on unless Laura Loomer appears to tell him about that. Meanwhile, as long as we're talking about money, there's a 23-year-old by the name of Luke. Hang on for a sec. Farritor, Farritor, who work with Doge, or as far as I'm concerned, it's Dodge, to cut back on government services and spending. It turns out, if you'll recall, that Elon Musk brandished a chainsaw and said he was going to cut $2 to $3 trillion out of the federal budget. Meanwhile, what they appear to have cut out of the federal budget was about $150 billion, but causing untold damage throughout the country. Finally, the well, I guess in the same sort of in the same vein, I should have mentioned this earlier. Oklahoma senator had $755,000 of stock trades. When they engage in stock trades, they're supposed to report it within 45 days of the transaction, so at least people could track it as to whether it's related to legislation they voted on. Not that it stops them. This was 2 years ago he did it, and the only reason he reported is because of the eventually upcoming vote on the Honest Act, which I mentioned a few minutes ago. On a final note, the Trump biographer Michael Wolff, Wolff, announced today that when he was interviewing Epstein for the Trump book, Epstein brought out from his safe pictures of Trump with young ladies of indeterminate age but young, sitting on his lap and naked at least from the waist up. He said those pictures were in the safe that he believes was opened and the contents taken by the FBI. No wonder Trump doesn't want this stuff disclosed.